All around the world, they are waiting to be found, scattered about the Altiplano on ancient battlefields, washed onto the shore's western coastlines, and used by nearly every indigenous peoples on Earth. Stones, round and pierced with holes, and an enigma at first glance. These donut stones, silent and unyielding, haunt the Andes, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Ecuador, and the misty Salish Sea, their secrets buried in time's cold grip. Were they plow weights, net sinkers, anchors, or tools of slaughter? From Norte Chico's ancient ruins to the far corners of the earth, Europe's shadowed forests, Polynesia's restless seas, they appear, whispering of forgotten hands and hidden purposes. What dark truths do they conceal? These relics, found across continents, their holes a gateway to mysteries untold. Brace yourself, for the answers lie in wait. Welcome to Ancient American Explorer, where I, Super Gringo, your fearless guide, will unravel the ominous legacy of the Donut Stones. The desert wind of northern Chile howls like a ghost, kicking up dust across a land older than legend. Here, tucked in cracked earth or perched on rocky outcrops, lie stones that hum with secrets. They're round, smooth, pierced through the center with a hole so clean it feels like a whisper from the gods. These are the Donut Stones, relics of human hands from Chile's Atacama to the highlands of Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, and Ecuador. Thousands of miles north, along the cedar-lined Salish Sea of the Pacific Northwest, their kin appear, shaped by Salish hands. The oldest well-dated examples in the Americas seem to be over 6,000 to 7,000 years old. Worldwide, perforating stones could go back 75,000 years. These donut stones aren't just American artifacts. They're a worldwide phenomenon. From the Norte Chico of Peru to the Salish of North America, from ancient Egypt to Aboriginal Australia, they served as plow weights, net sinkers, anchors, and weapons, their uses as varied as the cultures that made them. Their central hole, a stroke of genius, made them endlessly adaptable, a universal tool for human survival. Let's follow Super Gringo's trail, from Andean valleys to global shores, and unravel the multi-use legacy of the Donut Stones, a mystery that circles the world. Picture a sun-scorched valley in Peru, 3,000 years ago. The Norte Chico civilization, one of the America's oldest, thrives amid arid dunes and fertile rivers. Artisans huddle near hearths, selecting river-smooth stones, basalt, granite, or sandstone. With tools of harder stone or bone, they grind and drill, carving a hole through the stone's heart. The result is a donut stone, its central perforation, a marvel of skill. Some are small, fitting in a palm. Others are heavy, requiring 2 hands to lift. They got Norte Chico sites, from Carral's adobe pyramids to fishing hamlets along the Pacific. Now, journey north to the Salish territories of modern-day British Columbia and Washington, centuries later. Amid towering cedars and salmon-rich rivers, Salish artisans craft their own donut stones, drilling holes with techniques that mirror their Andean cousins. These stones, found near villages, rivers, and coastal middens, range from lightweight to ponderous, each hole a testament to labor. The Salish weave them into stories of fishing and trade, their purpose etched in oral tradition. But the Americas are just the start. In Neolithic Europe, 4000 BC, farmers shaped donut stones for axes, their holes securing wooden handles. In Polynesia, fishers crafted them as anchors for outrigger canoes. In Japan's Jomon period, 3000 BC, they weighted looms for weaving. In Egypt, they steadied plows along the Nile. The timeline spans millennia. In Chile, 7,000 BC, 3,000 to 1,000 BC in Peru, 1,000 BC to 500 AD among the Salish, and parallel eras worldwide. The technology, grinding, drilling, polishing, binds them. Did this craft spread with ancient travelers, or did it arise independently, sparked by universal needs? The donut stones, silent but evocative, urge us to explore. The donut stones are a global Swiss army knife, their central hole adapting them to countless tasks. Archaeologists propose 4 primary uses: plow weights, net sinkers, anchors, and weapons, each reflecting the ingenuity of cultures from the Americas to Asia. Let's trace their roles across the world, where necessity and creativity shaped their legacy. In the Andean highlands, where terraced fields defy gravity, larger donut stones likely served as plow weights. Imagine a Norte Chico farmer, 10,000 BC, tying a heavy stone to a wooden digging stick. Its weight drives the tool into rocky soil, breaking ground for quinoa or maize. The hole ensures a secure knot, the stone's rounded shape balancing the load. At sites like Huaca Prieta, Peru, these stones, 5 to 10 kilograms, lie near ancient fields, their heft suited to agriculture. Globally, this use echoes. In ancient Egypt, 2500 BC, farmers used donut stones to weight plows along the Nile, coaxing wheat from fertile silt. In Neolithic Europe, similar stones anchored digging tools, clearing forests for barley fields. Even in Mesopotamia, perforated stones steadied plows, feeding early cities. The donut stone's design crossed continents, its hole a universal fix for taming the earth. Along the Salish Sea, where salmon pulse like silver veins, smaller donut stones excelled as net sinkers. Picture a Salish fisher, 500 AD, casting a net of cedar bark. Small stones, threaded through their holes, sink the net swiftly, trapping fish. At Ozette, Washington, these stones, 5 to 10 centimeters across, cluster near fishing grounds, backed by Salish oral histories. This use spans the globe. In Norte Chico's coastal sites, like Aspero, Peru, small donut stones amid fish bones suggest nets cast for anchovies. In ancient India, 2000 BC, fishers weighted nets with perforated stones in monsoon-swollen rivers. In Polynesia, small donut stones sank fishing lines, feeding island communities. The technology's simplicity, a hole, a rope, a stone, made it a global staple for reaping the seas. Larger donut stones, too heavy for nets or plows, found purpose on the water. In Salish territories, where red cedar canoes danced on Pacific swells, hefty stones served as anchors. Envision a hunter, 1000 BC, lowering a stone, its hole threaded with rope, to hold his canoe against the tide. This role resonates worldwide. In Polynesia, 1000 AD, large donut stones anchored outrigger canoes in coral lagoons, their holes securing sturdy lines. In Norte Chico, coastal sites yield heavy stones near shellfish middens, likely studying reed rafts. In ancient Greece, perforated stones held ships in Mediterranean harbors. The donut stone's design, with its rope-friendly hole, anchored human voyages from Pacific bays to Aegean seas. Weapons, tools of conflict. The most gripping theory casts donut stones as weapons. In the Andes, medium-sized stones, 10 to 15 centimeters across, resemble mace heads. Picture a Norte Chico warrior, 1000 BC, swinging a wooden handle threaded through a stone's hole. The stone's weight delivers a lethal blow. At Bolivian and Peruvian sites, skeletons with blunt force trauma and fortified settlements support this idea. Globally, this use persists. In Neolithic Europe, drilled stones served as battle axes, their holes hafting handles for combat. In ancient China, 2000 BC, perforated stones were club weights, wielded in territorial disputes. Among the Salish, where oral traditions hint at raids, similar stones may have doubled as weapons. Were they tools repurposed for strife or crafted for battle? The donut stone's hole, secure and balanced, made it a global weapon, born of necessity's edge. The donut stone's global reach is staggering. In Australia, Aboriginal peoples ground stones for tools, some perforated for hafting, using techniques akin to those in the Americas. In sub-Saharan Africa, 1000 BC, drilled stones weighted digging sticks, mirroring Andean plows. In the Indus Valley, 2500 BC, they sank nets and steadied looms, feeding and clothing civilizations. In Scandinavia, Viking-era fishers used perforated stones as line sinkers, a northern echo of Salish nets. These stones appear in every corner of the world, their holes a common thread. In the Americas, they link Norte Chico's farmers to Salish fishers. In Eurasia, they tie Neolithic farmers to Jomon weavers. In Oceania, they connect Polynesian sailors to ancient mariners. The dates vary: 7000 BC in Chile, 4080 BC in Europe, 1000 AD in Polynesia. But the technology endures. Select a stone, grind it smooth, drill a hole, and unlock its potential. Was this craft carried by ancient migrations, traded across seas, or invented anew by each culture? The donut stones, found from Chilean deserts to Japanese coasts, hint at a shared human spirit, crafting solutions from the earth. Creating a donut stone was no small feat. In Norte Chico, artisans chose durable stones, basalt, granite, quartz, and worked them with harder tools like quartzite or chert. Grinding smoothed the surface, drilling, often with a bow drill or hand-rotated tool, carved the hole. The process could take days, each turn a meditation on purpose. The result was a stone transformed, its hole a gateway to utility. In the Salish world, artisans echoed this craft, drilling with precision for maritime life. In Europe, Neolithic toolmakers used flint drills to pierce granite. In Polynesia, coral and basalt tools shaped volcanic stones. The parallels, hole size, stone choice, grinding marks, suggest a technological lineage, whether through ancient coastal migrations or parallel ingenuity. The donut stone's craft united farmers, fishers, and fighters in a global dance of stone. As twilight falls over an Andean valley or a Salish shore, the donut stones endure, their holes gazing like eyes into eternity. They were plow weights, sinking tools into fertile earth. They were net sinkers, plunging nets to snare fish. They were anchors, holding canoes against the sea's pull. They were weapons, wielded in moments of strife. Their versatility, born of a single hole, made them indispensable. From Norte Chico's pyramids to Salish cedar villages, from Egyptian fields to Polynesian seas. Yet Super Gringo knows the past holds secrets untold. Were some donut stones markers of sacred places or clan bonds? Were they reused by later generations and kept in the families? The cultural universal aspect is truly incredible, as they are just as ubiquitous as bedrock mortars, which are also found around the world. In Chile, they are so abundant that they are used as doorstops. I have personally came across 5 in my search just by asking questions to random strangers. They fill the walls of museums and are collected and put in piles, much like a farmer does with unwanted rocks in his garden. They are not just tools, but stories, shaped by hands across the globe. From Chile to China, they trace a human saga of need, craft, and wonder. The donut stone, with its humble hole, speaks a universal language. As we hold these relics on Ancient American Explorer, we touch the pulse of the past, a reminder that human ingenuity, like the stones themselves, is pierced with possibility, circling the world through time. Stay curious, explorers. We've got more mysteries to uncover. Until next time, this is Super Gringo, and you're watching Ancient American Explorer.